Welcome back to another episode of the Casey Campbell podcast. Casey Campbell with you, of course. Pleased to be joined by Eli Vanderveen of Hudsonville football and eventually Hudsonville basketball. How's it going, man?
It's going great, going great.
Doing well. By the way, nice headphones, nice Christmas present there, buddy.
Thank you. Thank you.
So I know, I know that you haven't been out there for basketball yet. I know you're still trying to nurse an injury. Um, just kind of update how's it going, and yeah.
Basketball right now is going great. Our team is playing really well, playing really good basketball. We had two really tough losses. But we bounced back with a crosstown rival win, and we kind of stomped them. And I think we're on the right direction. We have North Point Christian tomorrow, and that should be a good game. We're playing at Cornerstone. Then this is like a tournament that we do at Cornerstone, and so if we win that, we'll play the winner of Covenant or Forest Hill Central. So it'll be a rematch for us against Forest Hill Central because we lost them in the championship last year. So we're playing really good basketball right now. We're really starting to come together as a team.
Yeah, for sure. Um, any update on how you're doing, trying to get back out there? How you feeling and all that?
Hoping to get back out next week. I've been out the whole season with an ankle injury. Starting to feel better. Went through physical therapy and all this stuff, and starting to shoot around a little bit. Starting to heal up a lot, and starting to get a lot better. Hopefully, be out by next week.
For sure. So let's talk about how football went. I know that's not the season that you wanted, filled with a lot of really tough teams that you played in. Well, that's what you're going to get in the OK Conference. But overall, how just talk about how this year went.
Even though we didn't have the greatest season, as a lot of people saw, and we were challenged with a lot of tough teams, tough non-conference. I had a great time. Those guys that we on my team we played with since first grade and had really good bonds with. I think we kind of got snubbed out a little bit, but we still had a lot of times where we had the chance to win and we didn't. I just feel like we if even though the record sheet didn't show it, we were a lot better than everyone thought. And I think going forward, a lot of those guys are going to play college football, and we're all gonna. It was a good season to say the least.
Let's just talk about just what kind of this program has meant to you these last few years.
I mean, I would do anything for Hudsonville football. I've been playing since first grade. I just loved it all the way through. Some of my best friends I met through football, and I think that it was just like the best thing for me, and I would do anything to get back out on the field for Hudsonville again, even though it won't happen. But I'm happy how it went, and happy for all like the relationships I had that are going to be lifelong relationships, not just in football.
What's it like being a receiver?
I mean, it's great. You don't really have a lot of demand on you. I mean, it's not like being a quarterback or a running back. Like you just kind of get to have to do your own thing. I mean, you just run your routes and you just depend on your quarterback to get you the ball. And you don't really have to. Um, you're not the one that's going to be highlighted like getting screamed at. I mean, if you drop a ball, yeah, it sucks. But I feel like being a receiver is my favorite position I've ever played. I've played a bunch of them. Used to play quarterback, play defense. I think just receiver was the most fun, the most like least stress that all the other positions were. Yeah.
So going into, you know, I mean, let's talk about, what's next. Because you are continuing your football career. I know a few weeks ago you announced that you're going to be going to where?
Hope.
Okay. I just wanted to hear you say that. Of course, you're committed to Hope. Overall, how is, that decision? I know you could have gone a lot of places, but why Hope?
I picked Hope because I'm gonna go into special education teaching as a major, and it has the top tier special education around us. And if I want to keep working in West Michigan, everyone's looking for hope people. I just feel like the coaching staff was the best fit for me. They made me feel wanted, and it was they were better than I could have ever asked for a coaching staff. And I just thought like I'm a homebody. I love being at home. Being only 30 minutes away from home is just so nice. And they follow my religious beliefs, so that really helps me out with a lot of other colleges that don't. And just if I can be surrounded with people that follow the same beliefs that I have, it will go a long way.
Absolutely. You know, talking about a lot of the things that, you kind of gone through, in this season, let me ask you this. What does football mean to you?
Football has kind of been my life. I love it. I think about it, play it all the time. We'll do it in the winter, do it in the spring. I just think I don't know if I'd be the same person today without football. Football showed me a lot of life lessons and gave me a lot of friendships and just kind of showed me who I am through football and through just the people around football, not just the sport itself. So I feel like it's like kind of like my rock, really. I really depend on football for a lot of things.
And let me ask you this. I know a lot of people, kind of overlook West Michigan a little bit. What is it like to play on the west side of the state?
I mean, it's the best football I've ever played. We've won and we've played other teams out in the east side, and it's just not the same caliber type of teams. West Michigan has everything. It's all well rounded. Everyone plays a high tier of football. There's no soft spots in West Michigan, as there's only a couple really good teams in the east side, and everyone in West Michigan is good. Really, they're all solid. They're all going to give you a run for your money. I just feel like it's the best place to play football, and it's yeah.
Yeah, I know that, going to college is going to prepare you for what you want to do next in life. I know that you want to continue teaching and you want to continue to be in this area. Um, what made you decide to go into teaching and really go into special education?
So I started special education in middle school and kind of like instantly fell in love with it. Always have been a part of it. And then I have two adopted sisters, and then my youngest sister who we adopted from Vietnam, she is has like a learning disability and stuff. So I've had to help, and she didn't speak English, so I had to help her through a lot of things. Like she was hard for her to learn English. So I'm kind of surrounded by it all the time, and I think like that has really showed me that I love it and that I really uh, would love to go into that as a career opposed to something else.
Awesome. And just let me ask you this: what are you going to miss about high school football?
Oh, the relationships. I feel like high school football or Hudsonville football as it is, you're with each other all summer, all winter, all spring, and then of course all fall. And like you just kind of build a bond. Like if you need to go to someone, you're going to go to one of your football teammates more than anyone else. And I just feel like that you don't find that in any other sports. I've played other sports, and I just don't find the same level of chemistry and brotherhood in other sports than I do football.
All right. Well, let's get to know you, Eli. How about that?
Perfect.
Um, what's your go-to place for food?
Oh man. I mean, fast food. I'm hitting up Taco Bell. I worked there for a little bit. Love Taco Bell.
Oh Lord. If you've watched any of the past interviews I've done, I'm not the biggest fan of Taco Bell.
I've heard that. I've heard that.
So, yeah, it's not, no. Yeah, and obviously you've worked there, and I mean, it's like, yeah. So, um, okay. Being from Hudsonville, you big fan of ice cream?
Always have been.
Okay, favorite flavor?
Probably black cherry. That's always like my go-to, or like just a mint chocolate chip. I always love that too.
Yeah. Um, outside of school and football practice and home, where are you the most at?
Probably at my house. I have a family of I have four younger siblings, and we all like, get along really well.
Awesome.
So I hang out with my siblings a lot. We also have a big extended family. My mom had 5 younger siblings, so we just kind of are always with family. And I mean, I hang out with a lot of friends. I hang out with friends all the time too. I love hanging out with friends, and I have a girlfriend, so just kind of hang with friends. I'm at home most of the time if I'm not at practice.
Yeah. Um, what's the let's like what's something that you would always if you went to the grocery store, what would you always get? Like if there's one thing that you couldn't, can't have, like it's like one thing you can't like live without.
Probably Mountain Dew, to be honest. I drink a lot of Mountain Dew. It's like my coffee. I always tell people it's really bad for me, but I tend to drink a lot of Mountain Dew.
Okay. Favorite sports team?
Michigan football. I watch it. Michigan anything really. Michigan football or basketball. I'm always watching. I'm always tuned in. Last year I went to the Ohio State Michigan game, which was really sick. And I've gone to 3 games this year. I'm just like that. When the playoffs come, I'm super excited to watch them.
Yeah. Um, Best Christmas gift that you got?
Probably these headphones. To be honest with you.
Nice. Just to show YouTube. Those are Beats headphones, if I'm not mistaken.
Correct.
All right. Um, favorite TV or favorite TV or streaming show?
Right now, I'm really into Grey's Anatomy, but I watched all of Criminal Minds, and I thought like that was probably one of my favorite. Was Criminal Minds. Watched like all like 15 seasons of it. So
Okay. On a scale of 1 to 10, how are you at replying to text messages?
text messages better. I'm not as good as like in like Twitter or Instagram DMs. Text messages, I'm pretty good at responding to text messages.
Okay.
I feel like a 7.
All right. And finally, what is something people do not know about you?
Oh man. I mean, probably that I played lacrosse for like 5 or 6 years.
You playing lacrosse this spring?
No, I quit my sophomore year
Okay.
because it was just too much with playing 3 sports. But I played from like 6th grade all the way to sophomore year. But actually, my freshman year got canceled because of COVID. That was like right when COVID started.
Yeah.
But I was going to play that year.
All right. All right, Eli, thank you so much for coming on and talking with us, and best of luck. Best of luck with your college career, and you've got a pretty bright future ahead of you.
Perfect. Thank you, dude.